Hi everyone, in this video we are going to look at how to find the perimeter of shapes. The word perimeter simply means the distance or the length around the outside of a shape, in this case a rectangle. All you need to do to find the perimeter is add together the measurements around the outside, in this case 6, 3, 6 and 3. On a rectangle, because the opposite measurements will always be the same, there are a number of ways you could add them together. You could do double 6 first of all, which gives you 12 centimeters. You could then double 3, as you have two lots of 3 here, which would give you 6 centimeters. And then you could add them together, which would give you the perimeter of 18 centimeters. The other way you can do it, and my preferred method, is to add the two different measurements first, in this case 6 and 3, which gives you 9 centimeters, and then you can simply double that answer, which will again give you the perimeter of 18 centimeters. The reason that you can double the answer on a rectangle is that these two measurements here will be the same as these two here. Here's one for you to try, so pause the video now and use your preferred method of adding to find the perimeter of this rectangle. Okay, let's see how you did. So we have 8 centimeters and 4 centimeters. We can add those two together to give us 12 centimeters. And then we know that the opposite measurements on a rectangle will be exactly the same. And therefore, we can just double 12 to get to 24. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 24 centimeters. The other thing you need to know about perimeter is that you may be asked to find the perimeter of a shape like this. As you can see, this is two different rectangles that have been joined together. However, the method for finding the perimeter stays exactly the same. We just find the distance around the outside of the shape by adding together all of the measurements. It doesn't matter what order you add them in, but I suggest that you add pairs of numbers that you find easy. For example, number bonds to 10. So we'll start by adding 8 meters and 2 meters, as those together will equal 10. Notice how I'm crossing the measurements out as I add them, so I don't forget what I've added. So 8 add 2 is 10. Add another 10 will be 20 meters. Add 2 will be 22 meters. Add another 2 is 24 meters. And finally, adding 4 here takes us to a total of 28 meters. So the perimeter of this shape is 28 meters. The final challenge you may be faced with in perimeter is finding the perimeter of a shape when one of the lengths is missing. On this shape, you can see we have a length here of 6 meters, 7 meters going down, 2 meters going across. This measurement here is currently missing. We then know this measurement is 4 meters, and we have 2 meters up here. So before we can add the measurements to find the perimeter, we first must find out the missing measurement. We can do that using the two measurements that we already have linked. We know that this measurement all the way along here is 7 meters because it tells us over here. We also know this measurement here is 2 meters because it tells us here. So all we need to do is find the difference between 7 and 2. And the difference between 7 and 2 is 5, meaning that the missing measurement must be 5 meters. Now that we have all of the measurements, we can add them together to find our perimeter. Again, use number bonds to help you. We'll start by adding 6 meters and 4 meters to give us 10 meters. We'll then add 7, taking us to 17 meters. Add 2 takes us to 19 meters. Add another 2 is 21 meters. And finally, adding 5 meters takes us to a total of 26 meters. That means the perimeter of this shape here is 26 meters. And there you go. That's how you find the perimeter of shapes.